Okay, so can I see any more questions? I could take, I could take two more and then we'll wrap up. Up the back and then at the side. Yeah.
I'm just interested to hear what the panel's take is on last week's drama between the Young Liberals and the Young Feminists with the Bettina Arndt talk. I'd just like to hear a bit of discussion as to what the panellists think in terms of the implications of the riot police having to be called, and so yeah, I thought I'd just throw that out there.
Sorry, the riot police had to be called. I thought Bettina Arndt called the riot police.
Well, they were called.
Depends which media outlet you're reading.
Yeah, and I'm just interested to hear in terms of what we're talking about, disagreement, and the right way to disagree.
Okay.
I'd like a better discourse.
Okay, now we've only got 3 minutes though, right? So anyway, so would you like to handle that one? Or not? No. The panel. I mean, I think one of the things that is happening increasingly, we see it in the US, is there's lots of discussion about who comes on campus to talk, and there has certainly been some really interesting articles about people being invited to festivals to talk, and they've been controversial, and there's been discussion about, well, should we be more open to more of these kind of controversial figures? So, Kirsten.
So I'm personally not a believer. I'm just trying to reconcile my professional responsibilities with my personal views on this one. I'm personally not a believer in the no platforming of people with controversial views. I think that it's part of the university experience to hear from different people's points of views. I understand there's an argument that some people feel threatened or vilified by particular points of view, but when I referred earlier to the frustration when a protest gets out of hand, I think not letting somebody like Bettina Arndt come, I personally also think her views are completely out of date and wrong. I think the best way to allow that to come to a conclusion is to hear and let the 20 people who want to hear her talk. If I can give another example of a less than perfect disagreeing well on campus, I would argue that the no campaigners on campus during the marriage equality debate, I know that was a hotly contested and deeply felt view for a lot of people. It was a legitimate point of view to vote against that referendum, and I like to think that people could be on this campus holding that view and without having things thrown at them. And I know that there are allegations of poor behaviour on both sides of that particular debate, and I have no reason to know who's right or who's wrong, but I think that if you can't hear another person's point of view when it comes to the way the university conducts itself, and if you can't hear those different points of view here, then where can you do it? Now, our problem in that is how to facilitate that, and who pays for the security. But I think that, and these are real genuine questions, but that I won't get into the full detail here, but I think that we need to be able to have a debate of some kind, and we need to hear people with different points of view. It's a personal opinion.
Okay, anyone else want to comment on that?
We could go on for a while.
Okay,
about that.
all right. Okay.
I would just say there are areas where I would disagree on that. I think there are reasons to deny people platforms. Absolutely.
I don't think my position's absolute. I just think in most situations, let the people come and let them be heard and debate against. But there are exceptions I can think of as well.
Yeah. So some members of the panel, for those who didn't hear, was basically saying it'd be. I guess it depends on who's coming and what it is that they talk about. Sorry, I'm trying to draw it out, but we only have 2 minutes. Anyway, okay, so we have one more question, and then what we'll do is we'll wrap up and we'll give our fabulous panellists a big round of applause.